frozen GoPros, corrupt footage, bad memory cards. This is a mismatch of videos because tried to film videos this week, it all went belly up. We'll roll the first bit of footage that I've got on a Transit custom van, and then I'll crack back on and talk to you after I've shown you that footage and go from there. Morning guys, welcome back to the channel, and a very fresh morning it is. Today's video, we've got a Transit custom van in. I've just clipped the bumper back in just to show you guys. All I've done is removed the two screws out of the corner of the bumper. We've got some scrapes going on through there, and we've got a dented wing to repair, as you can see there. So we're going to repair the bumper, blend the bumper through these bits, repair the wing, blend the colour, and we'll clear coat the whole wing on that one. -2 up here it was. Literally, that van was left here last night, it was frozen. I had to point the heater at it and defrost the van. As some of you might have seen the video on this before, this came back in. Where we tiger sealed it on the arches, it seemed to sort of expand and it opened up the gaps. So I said to him, bring it back up, I'll pull it all off and we'll redo it. We're going to tape it with some 3M tape this time, because every time you try and remove them arches on that, it fractures the paint and cracks it. So I've got to have to repaint the body kit, which is not ideal, but it's one of them things. We've got to have it right, and that's that, end of story. So the escort's with me for a while. I haven't filmed any of that. You've already seen all of that. I might film repainting it or what have you. But my job for today is to get this sorted out. And I'm going to film the process and we'll go from there. So yeah, see you in a bit. The next morning, I had to bugger off and do some other stuff yesterday. All I've done since I've seen you last is flatted the wing off, put its first skim, a filler on over my repair area, blocked that down. I'm literally going to put the second skim on. As you can see, there's hardly anything on that at the moment, so we're going to carry on, get this all wrapped up today. I've got nothing else to do later. It's now about 10:30. So yeah, let's crack on and we'll see you in a bit. as you can see, I've got no more footage on the transit van. It's gone. I started filming that on Monday. It's now Friday. I've done a couple of other jobs since then. I'll add some pictures now so you can see. Unfortunately, the sun wasn't on my side. If you look at the pictures now, it's very shady, but it looked sweet as. Now, I've had a few comments recently by a few different people about people never showing unbagging the car and, you know, the next stage and getting it ready so it's at the door. So I've got a transit courier van in. I'm going to show you that in a minute, and we'll unbag it, sort it all out, and I'll show you the next process for me. I need to get this done, flat and polished, all looking mint and out the door later, and then I'm going to crack on with the arches because we've got some cracking where they were pulled off, where the bad tiger seal was. I don't know if I can show. There's a sec. No, I've got to move everything. I'll show you that. I'll show you that when I get to that. But yeah, I need to get this van done. Thank you everyone for the well wishes. I am nearly better, and that sounds mental. It's been going on for ages. Since 19th of October is when I got ill. I'm not quite 100%. Energy wise, the only way to explain it is I had 50% energy. I do something for 10 minutes, I sit down 15 minutes. I'm a lot better now. Still not 100%, but yeah, that's just how it goes. So, right, let's crack on with this van. I'll show you what I've done. I've got some pictures. I didn't film, well, I tried to film the beginning. I'll explain. It's been frozen up here. The cameras don't like the cold. I literally have warmed this camera up with my heater before I started using it. When the battery gets to 60% on my GoPro, it dies in this temperature. Don't know why. It's just been playing up. All week long, I've had problems with it not wanting to work. When I get it to work, then I get a corrupt memory card. So I've changed memory card, warmed the camera up, pre-baked it. Now we're managing to film some stuff, touch wood. So yeah, let me show you this van. It's a 70 plate, it's brand new, magnetic grey. It had some damage here. I repaired that, and the guy wanted, he's bought, some of these vans come with a little number plate light holder and some don't. This model hasn't got it, but he wanted to paint that so he can put a reversing camera on his van. So I've done that for him. If you'll see it, I'm getting it all out of the booth in a second anyway, so you can see. You can't really see in here. The lighting in my booth's horrendous. So yeah, back to the comments I've had quite a few comments. I painted this last night and this is literally it. So I'm going to set you up and show you what I do. It's quite straightforward. I'm just going to unbag it. We'll fold the booth back, drag it out, and then we'll move on to the flat and polishing stage. I'll show you what it looks like over here. I'm just going to denib it and give it a polish up. So yeah, let's get cracking, see you in a bit. All right, I'm not even going to time lapse this. I don't know what the subscribers wanted to see, but I'm going to cut the sheet in. And I'll bring you down here and show you unbagging the motor. Try and keep my subscribers happy. Right. It's quite straightforward. Obviously you don't want to pull onto the new paint, you want to pull away gently. Everything is pre-masked, and then I mask the sheet into the pre-masked bit so you don't have to interfere with everything else. and I try and break the sheeting off in sections and put it away from the painted area rather than over it. Sort of self-explanatory. Always remember to take all your masking off from the inside that you mask up as well. Self-explanatory, but I've done it before. Left all the inside of the door mask up. Alright, that's that done. Let me get it out of the booth or pull it forward and we'll have a sort out. And I'll take you through the next process of flattening and polishing and stuff. Had a little tidy up. Van's out of the booth. Sandwich van's just been. Minced beef and onion pie for breakfast. Bit of YouTube. CM5. Let's go. Camera's still working. Alright, there she is out of the booth. I've tried to keep the peel the same as what's on the van. You're not really going to see. Right, I've got quite a few nibs in this. I painted this when it was 1 degree in here in the workshop. I had to paint it with my heater on and that blows dust up, and I could not wet the floor down in my booth like I normally do because my tap was frozen. There's a tap outside that was frozen still, so we had no water. So there's actually quite a bit of took in this You do get dirt nibs, even if you've got a 50 grand booth, you get dirt nibs, or dust nibs, whatever you call them. You get little specks of rubbish going in your paintwork, but obviously if your conditions are not as clean as they can be, you can get more, especially using my blow heater. So it doesn't look terrible. A couple of nibs here, some in the middle and some up the top, but when I start sanding this you will see loads more. I'm really happy with the peel, to be fair, compared to how it should be. So by the time we've given this a little buff, it should look pretty much identical. I've got an airline, I've got a D8 out with a soft pad 2000, like a foam disc. I use Merca, can't remember the name of them, Abralons. Merca Abralons is what I use. What I normally do, obviously I spray it, I wet it up so it's sort of damp. I've got a bit of masking tape. We're going to tape all the bits I don't want to sand. We'll wet it up, keep it sort of dampish. What you want is like a foaming action with them, really, to be as most efficient as it can be. It doesn't want to be dripping wet. I'll sand it with 2000 and then I'll get a bit of 1500 wet and dry with a little block, and we'll denib all the nibs. They'll become visible when I take the top layer off of the 2000. Once we've got the nibs out, we'll go over with 2000 again, and then I'll probably do a 3000 pass on it, and then we'll start polishing. So yeah, let me get sorted. I'll put you on time lapse, get some sanding done. See you in a moment. Camera's warm. Right, I went up to 4000 on this. If you look at it, it almost starts to look shiny. You can go higher and higher, some people do, but it's grey. I don't need a lot. The only reason I've done 4000, just wanted to speed up the polishing process. The higher in grip that you go, essentially compounding it is like carrying on, if that makes any sense. So yeah, I'm going to put this lot away, get my polishing stuff out, and we'll get cracking with that, get that polished up. I may as well show you, because people do ask. I'm using a Rupes or a Rupes LH19E. You can read that, my camera's going funky. Here we go. I've had loads and loads of polishers. I used to buy cheap ones and they'd only last me about 3 or 4 months, and then the brushes would go and blow up, and so I ended up investing in that, and now I've had it years and it's really good. Today I'm gonna go for G360. We'll use this system today. G360, really good. Let's put worn. We'll go for my coarse pad. This is the Rupes pads. I really like them, or Roots, whatever you call them. So we've got coarse, medium, fine. That's all I use on the rotary. You've got wall ones as well. I'm not mad on the wall ones for the G360. I find that the Rupes one makes it cut better and faster. Clean microfiber. Right, let's get you set up on a tripod. Let's go. Right, there's the first set, what I call a set. I go over it multiple times and go section by section. Looking pretty nice. This is where some painters, not all, I'm not slating painters, they'd kick it out the door. If it looks good under these lights, it'll look even better outside. I know for a fact that it's still going to be flat bits. It looks a bit flat to me in that corner. You won't see it on the camera. So what you see me doing is I always clean my pad out with the airline, and then I always panel wipe, no matter what product I use. Some say they don't have fillers, some have fillers, and it's great if you want to make something look shiny. 2 weeks down the line, it'll look flat again. So I always panel wipe to remove the fillers, and then I always go again. I normally do 2 sets of cutting. After the cutting process, we'll move on to the refining, and then after the refining, we'll move on to the polishing. I know loads of people don't go this far, but I do it every time. I obviously want my paint work to last and look nice. So yeah, we're going to move on to the second set now, and I'll see you in a bit. That's all the cutting complete. I've done 2 sets, and I think that's plenty good enough for what I need. You could send that like that, but you might see swirl marks in it from the polisher. So what I've done is I've changed over to my Roots yellow pad now, which is a softer pad. With G360 they supply you with 2 pads, a cutting one and then a refining one, and you use the same compound. That's the same sort of density and softness as the Forecla one. So I'm going to use that now. We'll probably do a couple of sets of refining with that pad. And what that is essentially doing is we've put swirl marks in that you can't really see in here, but you possibly would see in the sunlight. So refining that is we're just removing that and going up another level, and it's adding, well, I say adding more gloss. The next stage adds more gloss, but this takes any unwanted marks out of it now. It's already looking really nice. I've got the tape in the way, but that peel is really nice. I thought I'd missed one, but it's a tiny little stone chip that was in the blend area. If I pick that up on there. Yeah, I thought that was a nib. There's a couple of little stone chips that were in the blend area, and obviously I didn't put colour over there, so there's a little divot. It looked like dirt, but it's not. Yeah, let's crack on. Have a look at the end result very soon. That's it, all 3 stages done. I'll take it outside in a second and show you, but I'm sure you get half an idea. Looking very nice. Going to throw the back light in, get the tape off, put the aerial back on, and then we'll chuck it outside, and then that's ready for the customer. I didn't panel wipe the final stage. Once you've cut it and refined it and you know that your paint is how you want it to be and looking good, you haven't got any need to panel wipe the polish, because that can have fillers in it, it can have gloss enhancers, it can have all sorts in it, and leave that to do its job. I'm not saying that it don't do its job if you don't panel wipe it any other time, but I'm just telling you from experience, the way I do it won't go flat again. That is it now. Unless it gets absolutely abused and don't ever get cleaned, or, you know, bit of polish in its life. But in general, that shouldn't go flat at all now, and it should be good. Let the product do the work. And if you're new to polishing, I wasn't pushing on the polisher. What you might have seen me doing is I put a couple of blobs on the pad, and then I'll dab it on, and then I'll put it on speed 1, go and work it into the pad and the panel, and then I'll start, and I never really go no more than 2.5 on the speed on my polisher, and I always let the polisher do the work. I don't push on it, I don't force it, I take my time, and I do what I would say is like a 90% overlap. If I'm polishing this section here, I'll go right up tight, do a line. Once I'm done, I'll drop it down a little tiny bit, so I'm still doing 90% of what I just polished all the way through. I never change. And it's just something that's worked out for me. If you already do this sort of thing, you'll have your own style and you'll do whatever you've learnt to do. But for the people that are new to rotary polishing, don't be afraid of it. Let the polisher do the work and have faith in the products that you use. They're the ones that spend millions and millions on inventing this stuff and designing it and making it work. It's a diminishing abrasive. Make sure you work the abrasive so it does diminish and do its job correctly. Take your time. If you want to rush this stage, then there's no point in painting it. If that's the way I look at it. If you're going to do it, try and do it properly. And the reason that these are designed in such a manner is so they do their job correctly and do last, if you do it right. So I've got 100% faith that that won't go dull and it will stay shiny for many a years to come, because I choose good products to use, and I try and do them properly. So I'm going to get the light in, get this outside, and I'll give you a walk around it. There we go. No sun, horrible weather. It's really nice. It's always the way. You want a nice bit of sun to show it. But yeah, I know that that'll stay looking nice for a long time, and that's all I care about. I suppose that's all the customer cares about as well, to be honest. But yeah, looks lovely. So there we have it, as per viewer request. I know this one won't start to finish, but you were saying that you never see the finish or finishing, and this is sort of what happens. Yeah, I'm going to call the customer, tell him his little van's done, and he can come and collect it. I'm happy with that. He should be over the moon with that. It looked really nice. So yeah, I'm hoping we can get some more content coming very soon. I might do a video. I'm jumping on these escort bits now. I'm going to have a bit of lunch. I might do a video on painting these again, and I've got loads of work booked in next week as well. So hopefully things will be all right. I officially booked work back in for this week that we're finishing now. So I've worked all week and obviously ongoing. So yeah, we'll get there. Yeah, that is it from me today. As always, a massive thanks for watching, and we'll see you very soon on the next one. Stay safe and be lucky.